Hey chat. Apologies on the delay. Test, test, test. Can you guys hear me? Test, test, test. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to the stream. They just need to play their game and block everything out next time. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, just... Right, I'm good to go. Any questions from the chat? I know it's been an hour. Apologies on the delay, but we've had to talk through some stuff. Yeah, after every game, Devil, we talk about things, sort of a reflection session. So that's why it took longer than expected. Obviously, after a loss. Did you guys focus on any game mode in specific going into this match, just usual prep? Every week we have sort of a checklist of goals based on the prior week, based on what the weaknesses are. There's a couple of things in particular that we wanted to work on for this week. Hardpoint was primarily the focus this week. We felt like our hardpoint needed a bit more polishing compared to, based on the previous week. We felt like S&D was in a good place. We had to continue polishing S&D, continue polishing control, but hardpoint really was the emphasis, as well as some outside variables for this week. Oh yeah, absolutely, Clay. I mean, you can't win everything, right? How we react to a minor setback will determine whether we deserve to win, in the future. So everyone loses. It's how you react to a loss. That'll define the team. That'll define the collective. We just look. We'll continue to do our reflection and take away as much as we can from the Toronto series, and then we just look forward. We prep for Optic. We prep for Seattle. So that's all we can do. Yeah, they're on a hot streak. Fair play to Toronto. They played very well. It was close. It was a close series. Obviously, Ultra making the change with Hixie, bringing Hixie in for Standy. Yeah, they're doing well so far. Yeah, absolutely. We know. We have to maintain our confidence. We have to make sure practice this week is focused. We have to make sure practice this week is productive, and next week we keep that high. We keep the confidence that we have, and we show up against Optic in Seattle. Honeymoon phase? Who knows? See if there's anything else. Do you have certain things that you want to work on upcoming against Optic? We will come back tomorrow. We'll come back on Monday. We'll group together and decide what the goals are for this week. Based on next week's matches, based on sort of any weaknesses we feel like we have. Once we do the goal setting, then we'll go from there. We can determine what we need to work on specifically, what we need to focus on. Make sure there's direction in the practice. Make sure practice is deliberate, and then we'll prep for Optic. We'll prep for Seattle. But obviously, we have the mindset where we want to try and, we have the mindset where we want to be good on everything, right? We want to be good at every game mode, every map, every situation, as polished as possible. It is impossible to attain perfection, but as long as we strive to improve and we have the growth mindset, then if we can just focus on improving everything, then it provides a massive advantage when it comes to vetoes, when it comes to, matchups and so on. How are the boys feeling after today's match? Obviously, we're upset, as expected. We want to win everything. We're super competitive, but with these guys, credit to these guys, after every loss, there's always reflection, there's always productivity, productive conversations. Again, it's not, we are going to lose. There will be losses, but what defines us and what sets us up for success in the future is how we react to losses. We don't want to get into a situation after a loss where we lose confidence, we lose trust in each other, we lose, trust in the game plan, or, creates hesitation. It's almost, you're internalizing the loss, not necessarily giving them credit, but you're internalizing the loss, where you focus and you move on to the next, and you have to maintain that confidence moving forward. Having goals set is awesome to hear. Good stuff coming out your camp. Yeah, Renegade, we are trying to move esports in a more traditional sports sense. So we try and make practice as deliberate as possible. We have goals that are set. There's a whole science behind it, sports science behind setting goals and deliberate practice and peak performance and information retention and muscle memory retention, stuff like that. So that's what we try and do. You have coached Hixie in the past. How has he changed as a player? He's mentally strong. He's developed his mentality, and he's a lot more mentally strong as a player. Not saying he was weak, when I coached him, but I can tell in his persona, in his demeanor, the way he carries himself, his mentality and his mental strength is now on the next level, the level required to be in the CDL. He's a great guy. I can't really, speak too highly, any more highly towards Charlie. He's, always been one of my, I don't want to say this, but he's always been one of my favorite players I've ever coached, and I don't want to give him any more confidence or gas. We will smoke him next time, you best believe, and his body will be shot. Thoughts on Scrappy? I like Scrappy. I like his demeanor. I like how he promotes himself, presents himself. I think the way Scrappy adds flavor to the scene. People complain about a lack of personalities in the scene, and we need someone like a Scrappy to shit talk and make things interesting and fun. And he never really crosses a line where it's super toxic per se. Yeah, exactly. If we have the mindset where losing is learning, as much as that quote is recycled, and as much as everyone wants to say that quote, losing truly is learning. You learn the most, and you have the opportunity for growth when you lose. And I'm proud of the guys. Obviously, after every time we lose, we reframe it as an opportunity for growth. Obviously, there is emotion. So what we do is we have a bit of a delay, or some time away before we discuss things. So emotions taken away from the discussions, therefore we can have productive conversations, and that's how we get the best out of, or get the most squeeze out of, like, a loss, as an example. What are my thoughts on the new Florida roster? They need time to gel together. Obviously, we played them last week, but I think the more that they gel together, the more that they develop a game plan, the more they understand how to play off each other and different situations. And once they truly understand what maps they're confident on, weak on, they'll be super competitive, in my opinion. Why don't you guys play Mikado hardpoint anymore? We were hoping. We are confident on every hardpoint. We were hoping, we had an idea that they would pick Mikado for this series, but we're confident and competent on every hardpoint. We will square up on every hardpoint. It's just dependent on the matchups, and you might see it next week. What map and modes do you think the team needs more practice on? Dan, it's difficult for me to say at the moment. We evaluate every week. So after the press conference, me and Troy and the team, we'll sit down, think, again, part of goal setting, what do we want to work on for this week? We're playing Optics, Seattle. What's practice this week going to look like, for the plan on the weekend? For a billion time, will Hydra ever stream? I'm pushing him every day. It's up to him. For S&D, do you guys have one person calling the shots, or does everyone call a play at some point? Everyone calls a play on search and destroy, but there are a lot of situations where someone will make a definitive call. Okay, guys, mid-round, for example, you know, with the information that we have, right, we've got to do this, 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 and this, or like we've got to do this, and then we have sort of a, when we are in that situation, it's like, okay, that guy's made a call, no hezzy, you listen to it, right, because that guy has the info. You know, that, then we play around that. We don't really have a specific guy basically shot calling. It's just in the moment, whoever's feeling it pre-round, okay, guys, we're going to do this, 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 and this, makes the call. We've never really had a situation where multiple guys are sort of like, okay, guys, we should do this, and then someone saying we should do this, and then we have a back and forth. It's always, okay, if that happens, it's like, all right, we're fine, we'll do this, and that's it. I don't know if this was asked, but how come you guys didn't host? Did the CDL kind of drop a bomb on you last minute? What does that mean?
I think it was a major.
I think it was the challenge, the fact that we didn't have a challenges event. I think probably. What map and mode do you think y'all are best on? We're good at everything. Somebody get Hydra, McDonald's Coke tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. For scrims, maybe. Yeah, we don't play tomorrow, but for scrims. Yeah. Make sure you give P-Dog gas for being a beast. Always do. Always do. But yeah, any sort of final questions? If not, we'll wrap this up. Hydra looking good sniping. Yeah, Paco and Caesar are both very good at sniping, so it's good to have. Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. Likewise. No worries, Renegade. Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys. Apologies on the result. You can't win them all, but it's how we react to a loss. How we look forward to a loss is going to define us. You know, we went through the same stuff when we were 0-2 in the first week. Look at how we bounce back. So everyone loses. It's about consistency and how we maintain consistency and how we look forward. Appreciate it, guys. Speak to you guys soon.
I had to work something 'cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in. They gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain. The cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring.